All right. Shalom, shalom. I'm going to praise to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS, all the brothers doing the work. 144,000 hopeful elect. And tonight, I'm going to be doing a video on Katt Williams and his many lies in this interview. He's going to tell a whole bunch of lies and it's basically to make himself out to be some kind of like hero of going through struggles, then becoming this millionaire and this truth teller to tell everybody what's going on in Hollywood. And this is nothing new. I remember way back in like 2008 or 2009, they was already bringing out videos of what was going on in Hollywood. So him coming out now, it's like he's regurgitating old stuff from like a long time ago. I heard from like 2008, 2009. This was way back when I think Professor Griff was making videos, and that's when I really found out about Hollywood and how to get down. But today he's like the black people's, and I mean without light, without understanding, he's like their hero, and he bringing out supposedly truth. But you got to think to yourself, why is he still in Hollywood and making Netflix deals and making all types of money in Hollywood and everything all across the country? Why you think it? Why you think that's the case? Because he sold himself to make all that money, right? He supposedly bring out the truth like a controlled opposition. He bring out the truth, some truth, but he won't bring out all the truth about what he did to make all that money and get the Netflix deal that he got. He talked about that in the Shannon Sharp interview. They got a Netflix deal that made so many figures, so many thousands of millions. I think it's thousands of dollars to do specials on Netflix. How you think he got that deal? By selling out. So let's go to scriptures, and I'm gonna bring this out. Then we're gonna start the video. And I'm gonna point out all his lies in this interview. All right, let's start here. John 8. This is John 8:44. All right, we're gonna start here. We'll read the NLT. For you are the children of your father the devil, and you love to do the evil things he does. He was a murderer from the beginning. He has also hated the truth, right? Because there is no truth in him. When he lies, it is consistent with his character. For he is a liar and the father of lies, right? All right, it says 45. So when I tell the truth, you just naturally don't believe me. Which of you can truthfully accuse me of sin? And since I am telling you the truth, why don't you believe me? Anyone who belongs to God listens gladly to the words of God, but you don't listen because you don't belong to God, right? And that's on Katt Williams. He don't belong to God. He say he does, but he really don't, right? He wouldn't get all that money from Netflix and all this money movies he done if he belonged to God, because he wouldn't be in Hollywood anyway, right? So let's start this interview, and I'm gonna expose all the lies of Katt Williams, the so-called black people's hero.
Like, I've always had money, but I don't come from money. So I was able to cut grass in the summer, and I was able to shovel snow in the winter. That's what I was allowed to do. So, but consequently, even as a kid, I'm making like $6,000-7,000 a year.
All right, as a kid, he's making $7,000 a year. How many kids do you know at 9, 10 years? He gonna say he was real young, so 9, 10 years old was making $6,000-7,000 a year. Do that make any sense to you? That makes no sense at all. I can see of a couple $100, $4, $5, $6, $700, $8, $900 or so, from what he said he was doing as a young kid. But thousands of dollars. Yeah, right. This guy's a freaking liar, man. Let's continue with the lies of Katt Williams. Y'all, the black folks hero.
And this is
at 12 years old?
No.
Before that.
See
at
that?
10.
At 10, he was making $5,000-6,000. Do you believe this crap? This guy's a freaking liar, man. The truth is, like I just read to you in the scripture, the truth is not in this dude. He's a part of he's part of Satan's side, the left hand side of the Most High. You got the right hand side, which is Yahweh Shai and the angels of Yahweh. The right hand side is Yahweh Shai, his son. Then you got the left hand side, which is the Satan side, Satan and his angels, right? And they all under the control of Yahweh Shai, the creator, God, right? He's on the left hand side. He's part of the Satan's crew. This guy's a freaking liar. Talking about $5,000-6,000 at 10 years old. Yeah, okay.
At 10. Just, just
That
because that's what I was allowed to do. And
see, when he looked off to the side, he know he telling a lie. He looks off to the side because he's telling a lie. You can tell a lie when he telling lies. 'Cause watch this. Let's go back.
for that, at 10. At 10. Just,
Watch this. See, lying. He's looking off. He's looking off, looking down because he's lying. He's trying to make up something to say. Or why he was making that much money at that young of an age, $5,000-6,000. Yeah, okay. See, he looking down because he telling a lie, and he gonna tell many more lies in this interview.
just because that's what I was allowed to do, and I'm a hustler by nature. Like if I get a hold of a lick, I want to see how many times it flips, not if it flips. You know what I mean? So once I'm gone from there, I'm trying my hand at other things, door to door, and I had already made $1 million before I was 18, doing door to door across.
He made $1 million before he said, I think he said before he was 18. If you made $1 million before you 18, and this was way back in the day, I think this was probably, I don't know, maybe early 2000s, late 90s. So I think most likely the 90s. If you made $1 million in the 90s, you think you would be going into comedy and going into Hollywood making movies? This guy's a freaking liar. You will be trying to live off that money, $1 million he supposedly made. You'll try to live off that money, try to live good. You know, probably get a little job to make a little extra money off that $1 million and continue to, you know, live good. Why you gonna go to Hollywood if you made $1 million before you're 18? This dude's a freaking liar, man.
Across the country. So I had already tested out what were the positive things about me and how I could use that to my advantage economically from an early age.
Is it true that you emancipated yourself from your parents at 13? Because I read that somewhere.
Well,
Wikipedia says something like that.
I wouldn't shame the family. What I would say is that it can't be called run away because I didn't run away. I left, but I don't tell that part of the story just because there's a zero chance that if a young person listens to me and follows my example on that they'll be okay. But I knew I would be, but you know, I was a little off. Like I knew Jesus left home at 13, so I didn't feel like I was out of pocket in any way.
Wait a minute. Are you saying that at 13 years old you was cognizant of the story of Jesus leaving home at 13 years old?
I had been accepted to college before I was 12, so.
Do you believe that? Do you believe he was accepted to college at 12 years old? This guy's making up a grandiose story for his so-called black, well, actually not so-called black people, you know, void of light people that follow him, that basically worship at the altar of Katt Williams, to believe that before he was 12 he had so many offers to college. This whole interview is nothing but lies. This is all made up for his like I said, so-called black black people that worship him and follow his every word, to believe that he was some kind of special being, special person, that he was so smart that he got college offers at 12 years old, to make himself look so special in front of people. Like I said, this interview was full of lies. Let's continue.
I was already a little bit more advanced than your average child. I had probably read 10,000 books at that period.
He read 10,000 books by that. How many people do you know It don't care. I don't care how smart they is. I don't care if they Einstein, the greatest supposedly minds that so have such a IQ. How many of them can say that they read 10,000 books? Not even Einstein say he read 10,000 books, but supposedly Katt Williams, the boy genius here, the leader of black people, he read 10,000 books. Do that make any sense to you? And people actually follow this dude and believe every word that come out his mouth, just because he's supposedly revealing Hollywood secrets, which was already revealed 15 to 20 years ago, early 2000. Like I said, early 2000s, we already knew about Hollywood. 2008, 2009, they was making videos on YouTube about what was going on in Hollywood. It was a whole series done in 2008, 2009 that I was watching. But supposedly in this time, he's revealing Hollywood secrets and what they're doing behind closed doors. This dude right here is basically control opposition. He read 10,000 books by, I think he said 12, 13 years old. That makes no sense at all. Zero sense. I don't even think I read 200, not even 100 books now. Right? And I'm in my 30s, so do that make any sense to you? I ain't even read 50 books. No, I probably did read about 50, 60, maybe 50 or 60 different books. That's about it. He said, let's go back. Let's go back to what he just said.
Life. He read 10,000 books at that period.
10,000 books. Do that make any sense to you? Use common sense. Use common sense to people that's watching this video. Use common. Do that make any sense to you that he read 10,000 books? That makes zero sense at all. I can see if you said he read 200 books, maybe even 300. I can see, okay, he read 300 books. I can believe that. 10,000 books, you can't believe that. Use common sense. This dude's a liar.
My life. So I was blessed in that way. But as you know, you can't really just live on that. So God navigated where I was able to see the underworld, if you will. So I go from my parents' house in Ohio to Miami, Florida by myself. I don't know nobody.
This is one of the main reasons I'm doing this video. He's about to tell a huge lie. So let me see what he just said. He said, let's go back. I think he said he left the house at, go back a little bit. Right, let's go back.
The underworld, if you will. So I go from my parents' house in Ohio to Miami, Florida by myself. I don't know nobody. And that's
at a young age, he left his house and went to Miami, Florida. What? So at 13, I guess 13 or 14 years old, you going to a place you don't know nobody. You don't got you. I don't know if he had any money, but even if he had money, it wouldn't go too far. At a young age, you can't get an apartment or anything because you're too young. So this makes no sense at all. He's a liar. This dude's and his main reason I'm doing this video because he about to tell a huge lie. Supposedly he was in Miami, and I'm just gonna play what he say.
Story begins, but
In your formidable years, who is that person? Was there a single individual who inspired you, or some guy or a person that you looked up to and you said, I like the way that they move and I want to model myself after that person?
yeah, this is gonna be a weird answer. Yes, that's one of the things that I was probably the best at. I did it with anybody and everybody. So when I was going to the library, I wasn't reading fiction books. I was reading non-fiction books, and it didn't matter what it was. I know whatever's in this book, I don't know what it is. So I might have read like 1,000 autobiographies, just the life of people that I don't know. And
so the 10,000 books turned into 10,000 biographies. Alright? He said he read 10,000 books now. Now those 10,000 books are autobiographies. Do that make any sense to you? Like I said, this dude's a straight liar. And I can't believe that our people sitting there supporting this dude and following what he say. This guy's, like I said, he's a control opposition, distraction for what's really going on, right? What's going on in the world and what's happening across the world, all the different things that Yahweh, the creators, is doing and bringing destruction to America. He's a distraction from that. All this so-called UFOs, the chariots of the Lord are appearing everywhere. They got footage of them everywhere, Miami, everywhere, and this is a distraction from all that, because the so-called Esau know what's going on, so they need their distractions for people to look this way, look at what he's saying about dumb Hollywood, the devil's land, and telling people about what's going on over there, like that mess even matters. You already know the people, him, and all the other people that went to Hollywood gonna be destroyed in the nuclear destruction. Even him, so-called the follower of God. Yeah, right. The follower of Satan, really.
And when you do that, you find out that if you were trying to learn something from everybody, you could actually learn something from every single person that you met. And so it's that type of thinking that helped me avoid the pitfalls as I saw them. So the reason I never did drugs when I was an adult is because when I left and went to Miami and I'm living in a park, it's 30 people out there from all different places, and they all are homeless and in a terrible situation just like me, and they telling me that they used to be lawyers and doctors and nurses, and I'm going, well what happened? And all of them is telling this story where everything in their life was fine, and then they dealt with this drug, and this is where it ended them out. So as a kid, I never saw the fun part of drugs. I never heard about nobody having a good time on drugs, or, oh, you got to take this so you can feel it. I didn't see it from that way. I had already seen what it would do to people, and they're telling me, like, I'm letting people tell me, hey, don't do this. Don't get to Hollywood and start sleeping with white women and doing cocaine, because it'll kill you.
So let's get this right. So he just said, don't go to Hollywood and get with white women and do cocaine, it'll kill you. Now first, somebody should have told you, don't go to Hollywood, period. Right? This is Esau playground in Amalek, the Jewish people. So they should have told you, don't go to Hollywood, period, right? But you want to be a star, you want to be recognized among black people as a leader. So you go to Hollywood and make your movies and sell out. Like I said, he's a controlled opposition. And this is going to be part 1. I'm going to finish up part 2 tomorrow. And we're going to finish up the lives of Katt Williams. But let's go here. I want to read this to you. And this is going to go with the so-called black people that follow this dude. That they blinded by stupidity. And we go to 10, and we're going to read what Yahweh Shah said. Alright? Purpose of parables. And the disciples came and said to him, why do you speak to them in parables? And he answered and said to them, because it has been given to you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. Right? And to the hopeful elect and the 144,000, the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven is given to hopefully us. That's a hopeful elect of the 144,000, right? But to them it's not given, and to them it is not given. This has got to do with Katt Williams followers, his black people that support him. For whoever has to him, more will be given, and he will have abundance. But whoever does not have, even what he has will be taken away from him. Therefore I speak to them in parables. Right? This is Yahweh Shai, he's saying, because seeing they do not see, and hearing they do not hear, nor do they understand. And right, like I said in this video, I'm explaining what's going on with you guys with Katt Williams, and the people. A lot of people won't understand what I'm saying. Like, but to the hopeful elect, they understand that this guy's a fraud. Therefore I speak to them in parables, because seeing they do not see, right? They do not see that Katt Williams is a liar and fraud, and his control opposition and a distraction. And hearing do not hear, nor do they understand. They don't understand that Katt Williams is a fraud and in controlled opposition and the distraction for what's going on in the earth. And in them the prophecy of Isaiah is fulfilled, which says, right? Hearing you will hear and shall not understand, and seeing you will see and not perceive. And that got to do with the black people that follow Katt Williams. For the hearts of these people have grown dull, their ears are hard of hearing, and their eyes they have closed, lest they should see with their eyes and hear with their ears, lest they should understand with their hearts and turn, so that I should heal them. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. And this got to do with the people that's understand what I'm saying about Katt Williams. They understand what they seeing and what they hearing. This is basically what this is saying. For certainly I say to you, assuredly I say to you that many prophets and righteous men desired to see what you see and did not see it, and to hear what you hear and did not hear it. Right? And this is what main point of this is, but blessed are your ears, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. And the people that understand what I'm saying, that Katt Williams is a fraud and a liar, they understand what I'm saying. But the people that follow Katt Williams and follow what he says, like he's a god and a deity, they won't understand what I'm saying. They'll think I'm hating on Katt Williams, but I'm just bringing out what he is. He's a liar and a fraud. But this is part 1, and I'm going to do part 2 tomorrow. With that, I want to say all praise to Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS, all the brothers doing the work, 144,000 hopeful elect. Shalom, shalom. This is part 1. Part 2 will be tomorrow. Shalom.